When I decide to travel somewhere, I make a list of all of the famous, cool things to do while I'm there. But in the back of my brain, I'm thinking, where are the locals hiding? Like, where are they at? What are they doing? What are they keeping from us? Like, what are the secrets? And because I've been here for the last year and a half, I have been shown many a place by the locals, and it's all incredible. I don't think you're going to be disappointed anywhere that you go in this region because it is just so spectacular. That's how I feel anyways. But one of my favorite places to go on a regular basis is actually a tourist hotspot. Lion's Head. It is just easy to access, beautiful nature, amazing view of the city, a wonderful view of the ocean, the vastness, craziness of that. Like Antarctica is just like right over there. Like how is that, make it make sense? And although climbing Table Mountain is incredible and everyone, whether you're a local or a tourist, is going to be doing it, it's a mountain I actually prefer to look at. So climbing Lion's Head is just, to me, a very simple up-down situation with all of the incredible views that you want to see in Cape Town. And if you're on top of Table Mountain, you can't look at it. So there's a dilemma there for me. And also, because it is a tourist hotspot, there is security and so much foot traffic that even though I am going alone, I'm really not alone. So it makes me feel safe as a solo female to do it by myself. So dare I say, we all know where this is going. Let's go there. We're going there. We're going to Lion's Head. So, don't know why I got all weird.
Straight shooter, I know where you can find some. A little ways out, up in the mountain. In the fast lane, drive towards the setting sun. In the tumbleweeds, the gates are open.
So I'm actually starting this hike a little bit an unconventional way to maybe a tourist. I'm starting on the backside, but it's not a secret by any means. If you look up on any trail app, I use All Trails. This trail is here. It's not a secret, but it's my favorite way to do it because I just find it so much more beautiful and a little bit more peaceful as well, because you immediately have the ocean view and a lot more kind of like grassy lands that you get to walk through, rather than the main track is kind of like a big Jeep track on the typical normal side. And I just don't like it as much. The little dark patch in the ocean is actually an island. It's called Robben Island, and it has an immense weight and history to it. Even though it looks like a solid wave could wash over it and make it disappear, it is now a World UNESCO Heritage Site, even though for centuries it was used to hold exiled people and criminals. Now anyone can go there and visit and explore its history. It's located about 7 kilometers off of the coast, but the main reason people go there is because Nelson Mandela, someone that a lot of us have heard of, was there for 18 years, but was in prison for a total of 27 years in his life. My experience in Canada, I remember very little being taught about Africa in general, other than the transatlantic slave trade. So for most of my life, I thought that Nelson Mandela was an American man fighting for rights. And you know when you just have such minimal information about something that you naturally draw conclusions yourself and don't really think much of it? But obviously coming to South Africa, I've learned so much, and in 1990, Nelson Mandela was released at 71 years old by President F.W. de Klerk. And that was after immense internal protest and global pressure. But Mandela walked out of prison with a raised fist and stood for peace, forgiveness, reconciliation, and democracy, and is known around the world for carrying those values and being somebody to look up to. He negotiated a lot with the apartheid government, steering South Africa through an extremely fragile transition period to democracy. And in 1994, South Africa held its first multiracial election, and Nelson Mandela became the country's first Black president. Lion's Head by no means is an easy path to do. It is strenuous and difficult and hard and a lot of uphill. Like, it's a very short distance for the amount of elevation that you get. And so if you're not an experienced hiker or an experienced hiker with elevation, because elevation is different, guys. Elevation is different. It could take you several hours to get up at the top. So definitely take your time, and a lot for a good amount of time. It's better to get to the top with a lot of excess time to wait for sunset than it is to, you know, go up or come down in the pitch black. It's just not as safe then. Even though there is security, you're still in Southern Africa. So nighttime is not our friend, really. We like the sun. But the chances that you'll get lost are like very slim to none. And there's so many people up and down these paths as well that even if you're by yourself, maybe you twist an ankle, someone's gonna run past or hike past or walk past. You're not gonna be left alone. And compared to Table Mountain, there are so many trails that you can go on and not see anyone else for basically the entire day. So yeah, people have to get rescued from Table Mountain all of the time. Very rarely do people have to be rescued from Lion's Head. But expect to sound like this when you're going up. Whew. So I'm just making it around from the backside now to where the front side, if you will, and the backside meet. And then in a little bit, the more strenuous climbing is going to begin. And I'm not going to be able to record it because I'm going to need both hands to go up ladders. Yes, ladders. I didn't press record just now. Oh my God, just now. But those two people that just ran past me were locals. How do I know? How's it? How's it? How's it? Yeah, we don't say, how is it? How are you? How's it going? How's it? Last little steps.
I've been standing in the shadow just waiting for you to take a chance. One thing that you should know, you can't be too old to learn to dance. The night was slightly sensitive.
I'm from Belgium.
What's your name?
My name is Thibaut. I'm 21 years old and I'm traveling South Africa for the first time. And
How long have you been here?
we've been here for, it's my second day. But yeah, South Africa, we've been here for 2 weeks and a half. My second day in Cape Town. So yeah,
Nice.
it's crazy
What's
nice.
your first impression?
I think there is a lot of diversity here. You can see two worlds at one place, and but I think there is a beautiful harmony, and nature, city, everything, you have it all. So it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Before we continue, I'd like to say a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. In this climate, in this day and age, there are a million and one ways to share your message, art, sell your products or services, but a well-designed, functional website screams, "I've got something figured out," to your customers or clients. Squarespace makes it easy for anyone to build a stunning website, but maintain it in a smooth and simple fashion. That's important. Being able to keep track of your clients' inventory, billing, invoices, or mailing lists in one place can make running your business so much easier on you. One cool feature is that you are able to hide things behind a paywall, so you don't have to link off of your website to sell your course or your membership. You can do everything within one space. So if you'd like to try out Squarespace, then head to squarespace.com for a free trial, test everything out for free, build your website for free. But when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/JuliaAyres or click the link down in the description box and get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or website. And now, back to the video. Fancy meeting you here. Hey, how's it going? Well, whoa. I'm gonna break this, Dressy. How you doing, you hot little potato? I don't know why I just called you that. I don't know. I don't know. I've put off a task for a month and a half, and I've explained this in another video. This dresser smells like old person and wood. Old wooden person. Old, both old. And I don't like it, and I don't want it in my bedroom anymore. I want the dresser in my bedroom, but I don't want the smell in my bedroom. It has slowly subsided, or I've just gotten used to it. Both slightly unacceptable, you know? I think I've just gotten used to the gross smell. And there is a story to this dresser. I'm going to tell the story, but I am ready. And I feel like if I don't leave the house like immediately, I will just keep on putting it off. And it's gonna make people mad. I'm gonna do something that may make people mad. I'm painting this thing. And after a period of time of thinking I was gonna do it in pink, I even came over here and sampled these two colors with you guys. I ended up painting my little pedestals beside my bed, the interior of them, this color, which looks really, really, really nice. And I've decided that I'm actually going to tile the tops of these pedestals in red tile. Yeah, it's gonna make some people mad. Red is kind of an offensive color, but like I kind of love it. I don't own many red things, but like I want more red in my life. I just find it like sexy and beautiful and like intense and aggravating and yummy and just so many things. And I'm gonna paint this thing red. Not like a fire truck intense neon red, but like a deep, like I want it to feel like your heart is aching and you are loathing for something beautiful, but you can't quite grasp it, but you've had it before and like you know what it's like, and that's why you want it. That's the red that I want this dresser to be. Like, do you get that? I hope I'm explaining this properly. So the color scheme in my bedroom, okay, wait, is very like girly and pink. Like I've got pink. I like painted this little like thing pink as well, which is really, really cute. And then, like I've said, the inside of these pedestals is like that beautiful color. And with the tiles being red on top, I need to bring red somewhere else into the bedroom, and it's gonna be that dresser. And I think doing that dresser in that deep red is gonna be so gorgeous with like the pop on the other side of the bedroom. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be unique. It's gonna be fun. And especially with this like squiggly mirror, I think the red will just like make it feel romantic. And I'm so glad I didn't actually paint this pink, because I feel like pink would have I would have gotten over it so fast. Ooh, Oh, I'm excited. I've thought about this for so long and I kept on telling myself that I wasn't gonna do it red, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I feel like I was just really annoying in this clip and I apologize for my annoyingness. I'm just very excited to do something that I want to do, even if other people don't like it and think it's weird.
Gotta bring it outside to see what it looks like in the sun, because I get a lot of sunshine in my bedroom, so I need to see. I don't know, I think this is really nice.
Facebook Marketplace. No matter where you are in the world, you should probably think a little bit before you just head to some stranger's house with a bunch of money in your hand. You know, like, check your boxes. Make sure they're look like a decent person. When did they join Facebook? Are they trying to scam you? How many photos of the items do they have? Can they send you more photos? If you want to think double in a Western country, maybe think triple, quadruple in South Africa. I am looking at their Facebook profile. How many photos do they got? Do they got photos with family? When did they join Facebook? That's a big one. When did they become a Facebook person? And if it was like 2025, 2024, probably don't want to go and see them. Especially if they have like a profile photo of like birds. You know, like, it's just not trustworthy. So this dresser came from a guy that joined Facebook in 2017. A little late to join Facebook, in my opinion, but you know, it's okay. We all have our reasons. His profile photo, a photo of his back wearing a cool shirt, and he's kind of flexing. Okay, you know, not my flavor, but I get you. Yeah, you do you, brew. And then there's also some photos of some children and some women, and I'm like, all right, you know what, family man, we're checking some boxes here. He didn't join Facebook yesterday. He's got some people in his life. All right, where are you sending me, sir? Where are you? Where is your location for this item that I would like to purchase? He sends me the name of the place and I'm like, I don't know where that is. I don't know where it is. I Googled it and it's like, it could be okay, could not be okay. I send it to a friend and I'm like, is this like a chill place to go pick up something on Facebook Marketplace? And he's like, yeah, I mean, you're probably gonna be fine. All right, would you please come with me? Because that seems more safe. And when I asked the man on Facebook Marketplace for his phone number and added him on WhatsApp, no WhatsApp photo, that was a little sketch. I didn't like that. But nonetheless, we pull up to his house and it is a scene out of a movie, I swear to goodness. I felt like I had jumped back into 1990 cinema. We pull up and it's at the end of the road, cul-de-sac, bungalows, chain link fences everywhere. This guy, the guy with the thing that I am looking for, working in his garage, white shirt, tattoos, a little bit bulky, massive chain around his neck. Not just tattoos, gang tattoos. Gang tattoos. Dog, massive dog barking next door. Am I setting the scene? I originally went there for a headboard. Headboard was too big and he's like, I have other things because I'm moving out of this house. I am selling this house and I need everything gone. Please buy other things, basically. And I'm like, okay, what else do you got? My friend sees this peeking out from behind something, this lovely mirror, and he's like, what about this? And I'm like, ooh, can we see that? But it's inside the house. Little sketch, not gonna lie. A little afraid to enter the premises because who knows what's behind that door. So we enter. Yeah, a lot of people are like, Julia, be safe. And I'm like, I know, don't worry, I get it. He had enough friendliness and enough openness, but not too much that it was sketchy. Normal person friendliness, a little anxiety because him selling the house and him having to get rid of everything. There was a lot, it seemed fine. But I did feel like I was literally in like a 1990s like movie. Next thing you know, we agree upon this thing and a little stool that's holding up one of my plants outside. And he's like, it's fine, I'll give it to you for free. And I'm like, nope, here's extra 50 rand. And my friend, when we get into the car and we start driving away, and he's like, you know, he gave that little stool to you for free. And I'm like, I know, but he didn't hurt us. So he deserved 50 rand. Anyways, moral of the story, don't judge a book by its cover. And sometimes you get a little crazy story out of things. The thing is, in South Africa, gangs are a way of survival, really, in a lot of townships and a lot of informal settlements. A lot of people kind of have to in some way, shape, and form because they gotta protect themselves. Anyway, so that's the story of my dresser. Anyways, let's sand this dresser and maybe just like test the paint. I'm gonna pull this out on my balcony and give it a good sand because it's like a varnished type of thing. There is real wood, but there's also like kind of like a fake like plasticky stuff attached to like the drawers in the top. And I'm going to take this gold thing off because it comes off and then put it back on once I paint it. So it's going to be red plus this gold strip with like the little black squares, which I think is going to be super cool.
You feel like summer days to me, warm, tender, sunny rays. I hope that we are meant to be. You say nothing at all when you leave, yet somehow I know your history.
And
Oh, come what may, I'm ready. Picture frames, lavender paint.
Ever heard of pickled fish? Sounds kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you hear those two words together and you're like, it's not good. Like, it's not gonna be good. It's like some weird cellar down in the basement in a jar that has not been opened in like 17 years, and you probably don't want to eat it. Like, that's what you think about when you hear the two words together, pickled fish. The Cape Malay population in South Africa has a pickled fish recipe, and it is incredible. I've had it once before. My previous roommate made it, and it was just absolutely fantastic. Apparently everyone does it in their own unique way, and it is a recipe that is typically enjoyed around Easter time, which is a very warm, like hot time of year for South Africa. And so this dish is actually meant to be enjoyed at like a room temperature vibe. However, I've read many recipes and kind of got the gist of what's going on here, and I'm gonna make my own variation of this pickled fish dish and have my friend's partner review it because I believe he's Cape Malay. I believe he's Cape Malay. Let's dive head first. Ooh, I forgot to mention, the base of this dish is vegan, but the addition of the fish obviously makes it not vegan. However, my friend is plant-based, so I am going to also poach this tempeh in the sauce as well, so that way she can enjoy it too. As I've mentioned before, the history here in South Africa is so vast, diverse, deep, and complex. Cape Malay people, for instance, they trace back to the 17th century when people from Indonesia, Malaysia, India, and Eastern Africa were brought here to South Africa as slaves. Many individuals were Muslim, but despite oppression, these people held onto their faith and identity, building mosques here and still teaching the Quran. During apartheid, they were classified as colored under the racial laws, which of course restricted their rights, but again, they really maintained and preserved their strong identity. Over time, the culture really blended into its own unique thing, known as Cape Malay today. Their food, language, and music really shifted, being influenced by other South African cultures. They still largely practice Islam, and it is weaved into Cape Town. Even from my house on a quiet morning, I will be able to hear the call to prayer from neighborhoods and neighborhoods away. The suburb Bokop, known for its colorful painted houses, is a tourist attraction due to that. Everyone wants a picture in front of the beautiful, colorful houses. But that neighborhood, Bokop, is home to many Cape Malay people that live in Cape Town. When you walk around there, you'll see men dressed in traditional ankle-length robes. But of course, not every Cape Malay man is walking around in that all of the time. I'm mainly just pointing it out to show that diversity and culture is still very much present in the streets of Cape Town today. Okay, so I'm running a little bit behind schedule. My friend is actually in the hospital, which I'm not trying to monetize and commodify right now. So like, I'm just gonna leave it at that. And that is the reality I'm going to visit. And I just packed everything in a Woolworths bag. I'm actually gonna run to Woolworths to get hot cross buns because this recipe is typically enjoyed with hot cross buns. But I've got the sauce that I poached the fish in. Before I poached the fish, I took some sauce out for her. And then I got the fish in a container, which was actually it's like so much less than I thought it was gonna be. I had another fillet that I was going to poach, but then, I don't know, just time constraints, and I put the first one in thinking, oh, I think this is gonna be fine. Like, this is enough fish for 2 people, and then it cooked down to like nothingness, so that's confusing, but... And then I got the tempeh in this container. All right, let's move and groove, get myself out of here so that way I'm not late and I get all of the time with my friend that I am allowed.